absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Facer Hill Pro Wrestling Talk. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez, Marcus Fine, and Big Lynn. How's it going, guys?
Doing fantastic.
Going good.
I'm ready for Monday.
Yeah. Yep, I am too. I'm ready for IU also. Guys, we got a big show tonight. We're going to be talking some SmackDown, some Raw.
Who is that?
Some NXT. Who is it? Austin. Hey, buddy.
No, at one time.
Yeah, who
We're
is
gonna be
that?
talking some NXT, some TNA. We got an old school match we're going to talk about. But we're going to start the show with some news. Happened last night on AEW. First of all, they announced that the Rascals were signed and would start being on their show. That's Desmond Xavier, Zachary Wentz, Trey Miguel, and Myron Reed, which I know Marcus has seen Myron Reed a few times. We have. I've also seen Zachary Wentz. And I also think I've seen Trey Miguel one time too. So congratulations to them guys. TNA wanted to keep them. They just didn't have the money. Couldn't keep up with AEW as far as money wise. And then the other big news is Powerhouse Hobbs, big name in AEW. I mean, he's been their TBS champion before. Was a 6-man champion right now, and so his contract ran out at midnight last night, and the pretty strong feelings that he has signed already with WWE. There's also some rumors that he may show up on SmackDown in London tomorrow night. So pretty interesting. I'll go to Glenn first. He's familiar with all these wrestlers. What do you think about the Rascals, first of all, going over to AEW?
It's no surprise that the Rascals got picked up by AEW and got, I'm sure, a pretty nice deal and contract with Tony Khan, Tony Khan in that way. Because, the last couple, I would say last year and a half, with that TNA, the NXT deal, getting to see them on TV more often than just, the Action Channel and stuff like that. So good to see them do well. As far as Powerhouse Hobbs, no surprise there. Him potentially getting picked up by WWE. He's going to fit right into the program.
I agree. WWE does better with big guys. Powerhouse Hobbs is probably 6'2", 6'3", 300 pounds. Obafemi looking type guy. Can do a lot of different things. WWE does better with big guys than AEW. He's been AEW for 5 years or more. The rumor is that they offered him more money to stay there, and I think he just wanted the opportunity. He's 34 years old. If he's going to go, now's the time. If he signs another 5-year deal with AEW, he's never going to make it to WWE after that. They're not going to probably take a 40-year-old Powerhouse Hobbs. So I think it's a good move for all parties involved. I think it's fantastic for the Rascals, the way their styles are moving like crazy. That if them 4 guys fit AEW, I think Powerhouse Hobbs fits WWE. The only thing I'm sad about is Desmond Xavier, who was Wes Lee in NXT, had a really good run, and it was a great babyface. Then he got hurt. And when he came back, it just never was the same. And they tried him as a heel. He was an okay heel, but just didn't get the responses anymore. And they ended up releasing him. And if he don't ever get hurt, I think he could have made it to the main roster. So that kind of sucks for him. And then also him and his tag team partner, Zachary Wentz, was a really good tag team. They were tag team champions, and Wentz got in trouble and got canceled for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, so Desmond Xavier had some bad luck, but congratulations to all 4 of those guys. They're pretty close to this area, living in that Ohio and Kentucky area.
Yep, Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati, and some of them's in Kentucky area. So congratulations, those four guys, and to Powerhouse Hobbs. Uh, Marcus, you got any thoughts on
No,
that?
I can't really tell you. I don't know
I know
enough
you've
about
seen.
players.
I know you've
Yeah,
seen
it's good to
Myron.
see Myron Reed get up there. I've known
Yeah,
Myron
yeah,
a few years now. Yeah, that's good. He's
yep,
a good talent, so he deserves it. So
yeah. I agree, most definitely. Chris, you got any thoughts on that?
No, not really. I mean, it's like you guys said, it's cool to see Reed and Wentz and them up there because we've seen them on some independent shows. Now there's video on our YouTube page of matches of both Reed and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Hobbs is a beast. I think he'll do well with WWE. So looking forward to that, guys.
And
Let's
West,
jump right.
yeah, before
Go
we
ahead.
switch over, I was gonna say Wesley, it's no fault of his own that he got released from WWE. It's just a simple fact of the talent pool and NXT and Evolve just being so deep.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks, Josh. Joshua and Joseph from just got done doing a show with him and House on
Hell
in your
yeah.
house. Had a great time. So I appreciate that. Guys, let's talk a little bit about SmackDown that happened this past Friday. Drew McIntyre beat Cody Rhodes to become the new WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Champion. It didn't happen without a little controversy. I mean, it wasn't illegal or anything because there's no rules in a cage match. It was the match where they had the three stages of hell, and it came down to the final thing, the final match, which was the cage match, and Jacob Fatu got involved. Uh, Marcus, we'll go to you first. Your thoughts on the three stages of hell, and also having a new champion.
2 stages of hell on a singles match.
Yeah,
I want to shout out to Jason Ayers, our local referee. He refereed that entire match, and they shouted his name out a lot on the broadcast. So it's good to have Jason Ayers being the referee. I thought it was okay. I mean, the singles match was just whoopee. Um, what was the second one?
false count anyway.
Anywhere. Well, that was pretty good, except for the pinfall kind of sucked because he turned around and he dropped Drew through that table and then pinned him. But then, how many times did they do that in the ring and Drew kept kicking out? Same move.
Yep.
And I hated the ending. He fell out of the cage. He didn't walk out of the cage. He didn't climb over the cage. He fell out of the cage and become champion. So I say bullshit. But
Oh, okay,
I mean,
okay.
the show was good, but the match was good. Like I said, if it's
Tell us how you
stages of
really
hell,
feel, Marcus.
well, if it's 3 stages of hell, a singles match should not be one of them.
I agree.
One. I thought it was. I'm being picky, but I thought it was funny that Drew was sitting on the table waiting on Cody to climb up to the second story fans to jump on him. It's like you mean it.
Yep.
See, that whole second session didn't even make sense because Drew was so far out of it he couldn't get off that table waiting on Cody to hook up the steps. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, I know
Well,
it's part of the storyline, but it's got to make sense, and it didn't make sense. So
that's a good point because it happens a lot in pro wrestling, especially nowadays. Even that a lot of people are waiting on that person to jump on them or for a long period of time, and it took them so long to get up to that spot. I definitely agree with what you're saying, but I guess you gotta. I guess sometimes in pro wrestling you gotta overlook things. I
yeah, I
mean,
know you got.
but
That's what I said. Just being picky.
but I
It was
see.
good-
I get your point.
it was good to see Jacob fought too, but he really didn't get a big pop. I was kind of surprised he didn't get the pop. I didn't think it didn't sound to me like he got the pop when he revealed who he was.
I think people were stunned. I think a little bit for knowing who it was. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Kind of old school to me a little bit. I do like that they left it kind of a cliffhanger. You really don't know. Well, first of all, we don't know for sure who attacked Jacob. They made it seem like Drew did, but some people had thought Cody had too. So because they even did an interview and they replayed that about here recently about Cody. Did he do it? And he says no. So he ended up attacking Cody when Cody confronted him. So they can't kind of leave it open ended. Where we're going to go, and I like that. I mean, we don't know. I mean,
Right.
it's good to not know things sometimes.
Well, I'm going to
Chris,
say I'm glad Drew got the
go ahead.
belt.
Yes.
I just don't think they played it right on how he
Yeah.
went about getting it.
I think one reason they did it then is the next night he was in Glasgow, and and they put him on that show and defended the belt there in Scotland, and he's from that area. So I think that was pretty cool that, he got to be in front of his home crowd with that belt, something that he hadn't got to do before because of the way the situations were with COVID and stuff like that. So I think that was pretty cool for him. So I think he's pretty happy with that. Chris, your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I thought it was all right. It wasn't my favorite, but I mean, I thought it was pretty good. Uh, I I get what Marcus was saying. The first phase could have been something different than a regular match. And I still think if you're going to do a cage match as one of the things, you shouldn't be last because that tells everybody that it's going on. It's guaranteed to go all 3 stages because
the cage is hanging up.
That cage has been put together. But no, I didn't think it was bad. I kind of liked how he just fell in the cage, so I'm a little opposite than what Marcus was on that. But yeah, I thought it was pretty solid.
It goes to that chicken shit heel type thing. He kind of lucked into it type thing. That's what they was going for, and I guess people's got different feelings on that.
Can I say one more?
What do you think? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was kind of surprised also that there wasn't a rest break between. They went right from that first stage right into the second stage, and they would have went right into the third stage, but they had to wait for the cage to come down. It kind of surprised me. Normally they give it like a 1-minute rest break before they start the next round, and it was a minute. Drew pinned Cody. They were right into the next stage, and I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. But
what's up, Billy?
I agree with what Josh kind of said about Jacob too. Big Glenn, what do you think?
Before we get to the match, I just want to say thank God they didn't give Jacob Fatu the Mark Henry chain spot. If you know, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where he trying to pull on a chain, can't pull it off. But yeah, man, I have to agree with Marcus on the fact that it was pretty much 2 stages of hell in the bullshit match.
Yeah.
How I would have booked it a little bit differently is probably instead of having the cage match, I probably would have had like Hell in a Cell like be the second match or maybe even the third match, but have the first 2 falls be like a ladder match and maybe the second match be an ambulance match or maybe the third.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tony.
I agree with you. Well, I said on the show last week, I thought they should have had the tie-in with Dusty since Dusty was part of the story. First one should have been a Texas Bull Rope match because Dusty was big on that, and you could have had Drew beat him in that first round in the Texas Bull just to rub things in. So I think that would have played in the story very well. I don't mind the cage. I mean, I know we all knew when they say 3 stages of hell, there's going to be 3 stages. They're not going to only have 2. So we know that. Yeah, I agree with you about the Hell in the Cell. I would like to see the Hell in the Cell too.
Almost definitely, especially with these two feeding the way they were, for essentially the past couple of years, and not only that, the Jacob Fatu returning thing. I wasn't surprised that he didn't get too big a pop because when you think about when he comes out, he's all blacked up and wearing like sweaters and stuff. It's hard to see him inside the cage. So, and plus they probably wasn't expecting anything to happen. They probably thought Cody was going to retain. And not only that, the big shock of Drew winning the belt. And as far as Jacob Fatu, who attacked Jacob Fatu, I remember telling you this, Tony, back the weekend that they ran that spot on SmackDown where Jacob lost all of his teeth. I was like, you remember that little photo that of Cody wearing the Rock's glasses and stuff?
Yep.
That picture was on Twitter or social media that week. So it could be, we could find out here in the next month or 2 that it was Cody that took out Jacob Fatu back in the fall.
You never know where they're going to go with it. I agree. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It got the job done. I think Drew needed the belt, and I think the belt needed to be off Cody, whether it's permanently off Cody or just for a little while. I don't know. I don't know where they're going. And I like not knowing where they're going. I think it's good. It don't hurt Cody at all. Cody's golden. It don't hurt him not to have the belt. And I think Drew's a pretty good heel, and he needed something. He had to stop losing all the time because they were killing him with that. So Next thing up, guys, on Monday Night Raw, we had Braun Breaker coming in attacking Penta and Dragon Lee during a tag team match with Bronson Reed and Austin Theory. Breaker goes crazy. Adam Pearce steps in and he grabs Breaker, and Breaker grabs him back and was pretty rough with him. You know, he had him pretty good in the corner and ends up getting suspended. But at the end of that segment, Paul Heyman told him, said, "Hey, you touched him first." So, what do you think of the segment first, Marcus, and where do you think they're going?
Oh, I loved it. And Paul Heyman just didn't tell him, you touched him first. It was the Paul Heyman way of telling him.
Yeah,
From my viewpoint, I loved it. You touched him first. Well, I thought it was good. You didn't see, until they did the replay, you didn't see Breaker come through there. He just speared the shit out of that guy.
Yeah.
But then they showed the replay of him running down the Ultimate Warrior, run down that to get that speed. That was pretty cool. Pierce spitting all over everywhere. I mean, he was really worked up. I don't know if you've seen that, but spit was just flying everywhere. I don't know where they're going with it.
Yeah, I kind of had a theory, and I'm not saying it's going to happen. My
Austin
theory
Theory?
is, yeah, Austin Theory. Pun not intended. But anyway, I think that where they might be going is I think Paul will use that as leverage to get Braun Breaker put back in, and you got Rumble right around the corner, and get him put in the number 30 spot for the Rumble. Use that as leverage, that not just to get him back in the not unsuspended, but to get him in the Royal Rumble match at number 30, and giving him a good opportunity to win the Rumble. So that's kind of my theory. I love the segment too. I agree with you, Marcus. Breaker's doing killer work in my opinion. I think he's just doing fantastic. Heyman's fantastic as normal. So, Chris, what do you think?
No, I thought the segment was great. I was laughing because every time Pierce would get to argue with Breaker, the rest of them was attacking somebody behind his back. So I thought it was funnier now because they switched to this camera angle. They think it was Penta was getting attacked, and then they got in the ring and they had this angles and they were getting the shit beat out of them again. So
Pierce kept turning around like,
yeah,
that was so good.
I thought it was well done. What? Like I said, I don't watch it every week. Wasn't there like rumors that they were going to change general managers?
There's been rumors they're going to change
general managers.
The
If
big
they were going
rumor,
to do that, I was going to say with this, there could be somebody come in and overrule Pierce's suspension and kind of maybe take over as general manager.
and I'm not saying this is happening, but one of the rumors is that the new general manager might be Chris Jericho. That's been one of the rumors. To bring him back in, and then eventually he'd end up back in the ring, of course. But that's been one of the rumors. Now, whether that's going to happen, I don't know.
So that's what I'm wondering if that's not what they're setting up, is somebody coming in as the new general manager, overruling Pierce and running him out.
That could be. Good point.
Kind of like Piper Monsoon, in early '96 after Vader got Monsoon.
Yeah. Big Glenn, what'd you think?
I thought it was a great segment. I love how Adam Pearce is, pointing that finger and shit. I was like, it's even well for you, buddy. Breaker's gonna break off that finger and stick it up his ass.
Hey, Breaker smashed the shit up out of what he finally did to grab him.
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
He threw him in that corner. I was like, damn, he got pretty physical.
And not only that, man, that drone shot of Braun running down to the ring, that was amazing. Yeah. Because you don't see that much nowadays. I mean, you'll see the drone spots every now and then, but one like that, no, you ain't seeing that every day. So it was this great overall spot. I do like the fact that we could potentially see a switch of GMs or a switch of authority figures in that way. And I think if we do bring in Chris, it could he could rework the list gimmick into it,
Yeah. Yep, it could. I really liked the segment. I thought it was good. Guys, next up was the big match, the main event, AJ Styles versus Gunther. Interesting finish. Marcus, I was interested to see what you thought of the match and what you thought of the finish.
It did kind of seem like Gunther was off a little bit. Like he
Yeah,
wasn't feeling good, or he was just not up to par. He didn't seem his normal self.
I don't think he's really wrestled much since the Cena stuff. I mean, I'm sure he's wrestled house shows and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like their live events, but not really.
Yeah, because he just kind of seemed off to me. But I thought the match was good. I thought it was fun. He chopped the AJ off the top rope. I mean, chopped him off the top rope. Um, he's still doing that "you can't see me" crap.
Yeah.
What do I got on here? Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Oh, you didn't see the tap. That when the hell did I've never seen a wrestler get up because he said he tapped. I know where they again. I'm being picky,
Yeah.
You know what I'm say?
but the referee normally is the one that then rings the bell. The person
Yeah.
doesn't stop doing that submission or whatever until the referee tells him to stop. But I knew it had to fall into the storyline, so I'm just being picky. But that was unique. I will say that.
I really like it. I get your point. I'm not that I disagree. I mean, but it calls into the thing, the emotion. He thinks, hey, he tapped me. I beat him. He jumps up. It's just the emotion of the time. I think that's what they was going for. I liked it. I'd never seen that before. I'm not saying that it hasn't happened. It probably has. I'd never seen it done quite that way. I thought the match was pretty good. I didn't notice Gunther being off, but I mean, you may be right. But I enjoyed it. And I like the finish. And I think that sets up another match between them two,
Oh, yeah.
I would assume.
And the low blows are getting old. Even on the indies, everybody's racking everybody. It's like, damn, will you guys stop?
I don't disagree with that. It happens an awful lot. Just like the going to the announce table. I don't disagree with it.
Well, that always seems to be the last match, so they have it already tore apart when they get ready to back it up in the truck. But
yeah. My favorite though is when in AAA they did that one show, and instead of going through the Mexican announce table, they went through the American announce table. I thought that was awesome when they did that. I thought that was great.
Yeah, the Spanish announce table only lasted one match. Every pay-per-view, the Spanish announce table only lasted long enough to introduce the guys, and then they're standing the rest of the pay-per-view because they never rebuilt their table. They rebuilt their tables now, but they didn't rebuild those tables back then. So.
Chris, what'd you think?
Yeah, I liked it. I ain't gonna lie. At first I wasn't the biggest fan of the ending, just because it kind of reminded me of the same thing we used to see with Roman all the time. It's always let's cheat to win.
Yeah.
But then when you also look at it, it's building up more heat on what the guy that's their biggest heel right now. So I get it. So after I thought about it, I got it more. But no, I really liked it. But it was just kind of like, man, every time you guys get like the biggest heel, then it's every time they got to cheat to win. But like you said, it was a little different. But yeah, I liked it. But I ain't gonna lie. At first, I was like, man, it's kind of the same thing. But then after I thought about it a little more, it made more sense.
Well, normally Gunther does win clean.
Yeah.
Normally he wins clean. So changing his heel character a little bit to be the chicken shit heel a little bit, I think they're kind of going for that a little bit. Outsmarting him to a certain degree. Not only can beat the hell out of you, he'll outsmart you. So.
Well, that's why after I thought about it, it made a little more sense because he don't always win like that where like Roman used to. So like I just had to get them separate out of my head because it hasn't happened that way for Gunther. Yeah, I just hope it don't turn into that.
Yeah,
every match is like that.
Yeah,
next thing you know, you'll have Gunther having Ludwig Kaiser and the Americanos helping them out like the Usos and shit. He's different Roman.
Okay, Big Glenn, your thoughts?
I enjoyed it. I like the callback from I think it was the SummerSlam where it was Undertaker and Lesnar with that random tap out from Undertaker, and Brock thinks he won, but he didn't. With that little spot. It was a recent callback to that, obviously, even though it was like 10 years ago. But I enjoyed the match. It's obviously setting up for something down the road. It's gonna be a good whenever they to go out again. It's gonna be amazing.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Guys, next thing I wanted to bring up, I meant to do it after the SmackDown thing, and I looked over it, so I'm gonna go back to that real quick. This Friday they're having a tournament. It's for number one contender for Drew McIntyre's championship, and the four winners will meet the next Saturday on
In
Saturday night's main event.
in Montreal.
Yeah, and the winner of that Saturday night's main event match will go on to the Royal Rumble to face Drew McIntyre for the heavyweight championship. And here
Guess
are
who
the
ain't in it?
participants.
Yeah, I was gonna say, guess who ain't, is not in it?
Yeah, here's the participants, guys, and then we can pick who we think may make it to that next round. Drew McIntyre versus The Miz, Damian Priest versus Solo Sikoa, uh, Randy. Okay, wait a minute. I already said Randy Orton. Okay, excuse me. Matt Condona versus Trick Williams, and Sami Zayn versus Ilya Dragunov. Uh, Marcus, what do you think? Who's going to win between Randy Orton and The Miz?
Okay, for first off, this is going. The final winner goes after Drew's belt,
How's
Yes.
Drew even in this
and Drew's
month?
in the con, and Drew's in the 8.
No,
Should
Drew's
be.
not in there. No.
That's the first name you said, I think.
Yeah, he did say Drew. I was getting ready to stop him, but
Okay, it's Randy Orton against The Miz. Is
Okay,
the
because
first
I'm
guy.
thinking, why would Drew?
If I said now the winner
Yeah.
goes up against these four winners will be on Saturday night's main event, and then a fatal four way, and then the winner of that match will face Drew at
Okay,
the Royal Rumble.
all right. So who's the first round again?
If I screwed up, I'm sorry. Randy
Okay.
You're
Orton
good.
versus The Miz.
Randy Orton.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that was the give me really.
Yeah. What about you, Chris?
Randy Orton.
Okay. What about you, Glenn?
Shit, I wonder who's gonna win this match. Randy Orton.
Now this one's going to be interesting. You got a first time guy on SmackDown and a guy who's been in WWE before, Matt Cardona. Trick Williams against Matt Cardona. Who wins this one? I think it's got to be Trick.
Oh shit, Tony.
I'm
What do you
going
think,
Trick.
Glenn?
No, sorry.
Oh, I love Trick and I love Matt Cardona. You know, even going back to Zach or Matt Cardona's days as Zack Ryder, you know, about 14 years ago, you know, with this woo woo Internet champion stuff. I gotta pick Matt Cardona. I can't pick Trick just yet, but I know
Okay.
Trick's going. I know he's gonna be that man eventually, though.
Okay. And Marcus, you said you're taking
I'll
Trick.
take Trick. I'm taking Trick.
And what about you? Billy Buzz taking Randy and Trick. What about you, Chris?
I'm gonna go Cardona just since he's just coming back. I think he's gonna get a big win.
Okay.
To give him a little bit of a push.
They could have somebody come out and cost Trick, not make it completely clean. So that's possible. Damian
Yeah, they could-
Priest and Solo.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. I was gonna say before you know exactly where I was going with this, Tony. They could reignite that Mello and Trick feud. So
It's possible. Damian Priest and Solo Sikoa. Marcus, what do you think?
Solo.
I'm going to go with Solo also. Chris
I'm gonna go with Solo as well.
and Glenn.
it's unanimous. Remy Solo.
Okay. And the last matchup, Sami Zayn versus Ilya Dragunov. I'm torn on this because I think we could see. I think Sammy could go all the way and face. He's really popular in Saudi Arabia, and he could face Drew for that belt there. But they could have him in the Rumble because some people think he may win the Rumble. I'm not necessarily one of them. I'm going with Sammy. Chris?
I'm gonna go with Sammy as well, even though I'd like to see Dragunov win, but
I love Dragunov.
I don't think they're gonna pull the trigger on it. So I think it's gonna be Sammy.
Marcus?
I'm gonna go Dragunov.
Okay. And Big Glenn?
I'm gonna go with Sammy. I tell you why. They had that interview with him. I think it was with Jackie Redmond backstage on SmackDown last Friday, and it seemed a lot like he could potentially go on a Rey Mysterio 2006 run. So
Okay. And next, guys, we're going to go to some NXT stuff. But real quick, a little piece of news that came out about Monday Night Raw and Netflix. They announced for that first year they averaged about 6.5 million viewers worldwide every Monday night. So, and Netflix seems pretty happy
yeah,
with
Well,
their deal.
Netflix isn't happy at all. They wish they had never signed a deal with WWE.
That's not the
that's
report
the
I see.
that's ESPN, Gonzo. You know that.
Well, I heard that rumor too, but I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
Next up, guys, I asked you guys to take some look at some footage. Well, anyway, let's go this route first. NXT this Tuesday is starting a tournament to get their new heavyweight champion since the championship was vacated. Of course, I can't think of the guy's name. Obafemi. As I have a brain fart. Sorry, guys. And it's going to end up being a ladder match, and we have six qualifying matches for this ladder match. The ladder match will be on February the 3rd, I believe, and we'll get a new champion then. But one of the participants that's going to be trying to qualify is Kiana Carver. And I asked you guys to look at some of his footage and see what you guys thought of this guy. He's 6'2", 290 pounds, been in NXT his first time being on the regular show, but he's been involved in NXT since 2023. Been there about 2 years. Chris, your thoughts on Kiana Carver?
I must have been looking for the wrong thing because I couldn't find what you had told me to look. I was looking for the top 40 moves thing, and I couldn't ever find
You couldn't find it?
You know, you had to announce it just right. I went NXT Carver top 40. That's how I had to get it. I set a bunch of feeds of my remote. I got all kinds of weird crap.
I was going to say, 'cause I watched everything else, but I couldn't find it on there.
It was hard to get it to come up.
Okay.
So I really don't have much nothing to say on it because I haven't seen that.
Well,
yet.
you suck. Okay, now, no, I'm kidding. Marcus, your thoughts since you got to see it.
I loved it. I'd like to see him take on Obafemi, to be honest with you. I put he's a beast. Quick, powerful, agile, and very well balanced. His center of gravity is beautiful to pull off some of those moves.
Think of Oba about 2 times faster. I don't know if he's as strong as Oba. He's strong. He's strong too. I don't know if he's quite as strong as Oba, but man, is he quick. And man, is he intense.
They can tag team those two also.
He's green. He's still, he's got some work to do.
Yeah, but it's that power.
Yeah.
That power.
Big Glenn, did you get a chance to check that out?
Yes. The two words that came to my mind is untapped potential. This dude could be something, and it's rare. I would love to see him go up against Ricky Saints in the finals, or
But I did see something come out about him that he's probably going to have to keep his mouth shut and stay off Twitter. Here a few weeks ago, he made a statement on Twitter about the Samoans.
Oh shit! Oh yeah,
and about them sucking Trump's dick, and a lot of stuff like a lot of kind of stuff like that. And I'm like, whoa, buddy, you better
keep your career going, don't you?
Yeah, you might want to calm down. So yeah, he's something. So he may have to calm down on that. But I did see some stuff about that.
Yeah,
he's pretty crazy.
He totally should get rid of all social media and deal with anything through his agent.
Yep, I would agree with that. Okay, guys, we got just a few more things here, and we'll get out of here. We have a big show tonight. TNA on AMC debuts at 9:00 from 9 to 11. Gonna go over a couple of the matches. Main event is Frankie Kazarian against Mike Santana. Bully Ray has been announced as one of the guest commentators. So I would say somehow maybe he may get involved. Who knows? Also, AJ Styles is going to be making an appearance. They have announced that. Doing what? I don't know. We have a TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship with the Elegance brand against the Inspiration. And we have Order 4 against Elijah and the Hardys. So that's just some of the matches. I think they've low key have not overhyped this show because I think maybe they've learned a lesson. Because sometimes some people overhype stuff, and if you don't deliver, people get a bad taste in their mouth. I think they're going to have some surprises. Some of the rumors is Chris Jericho might be there. I think EC3. I really feel EC3 is coming back there. He's done with the NWA, so I think he may have signed with TNA. Dolph Ziggler, he's re-signed. He'd been working for 2 years on a handshake deal, but he officially signed a contract today. So, and he does have a contract where he can get a match anytime. So he could interject himself into a heavyweight championship match tonight. So who knows there? So people check that out. You guys, if you guys can get a chance, check that out. We'll talk about it next week.
Oh, absolutely.
And up next, guys, is our old school match. It was Sting versus Ric Flair. I finally got the match right, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
There you go, Tony.
At Clash 1.
You had me convinced it was the other one when we was on Jay, but
I had Glenn completely convinced. I had him.
Yeah, because it was almost from the same the year or close to it, So yeah, go ahead, Tony.
Okay, well, Marcus, your thoughts on this big matchup?
Yeah, you big dopes. You said there telling me we were going to talk about Steamboat. Like, what are we talking about Steamboat for, buddy?
I tried. I like Steamboat better.
Okay, if you remember, this was the clash. This was supposed to only be a one-off Clash of the Champions. It went up against WrestleMania 4 on free TV if you had free cable access to it. This is a side note. I have seen Sting and Flair 3 times in person. In fact, one of them was where we did Comic-Con. Because at the convention center, I seen one of them there and twice at the Coliseum. So,
okay.
I believe this match made Sting. Flair wanted to push Sting. Sting was really not that well established yet until that match right there. And that's what made Sting. The 5 judges was a bunch of stupid shit I think I've ever seen. I mean, you had Eddie Haskell, you had Pet of the Year. She could care less to even be there. Every time they the only one that cared about it was Jason Hervey. He's the only one because he was a wrestling fan.
Yeah, huge wrestling fan.
Plus, he was screwing Missy Hyatt, supposedly. So, let's see. Then they had the board of directors and Sandy Scott, and I don't think they give a shit either, to be honest with you.
No.
J.J. Dillon in the shark cage. That was funny.
Yep.
Let me see. Flair, a great seller. I mean, come on. You were talking about facial expressions and screaming and moaning and griping and yelling. Flair had it. Every time he banged and hit and smacked. And his... Anyway, I thought the match was fantastic. I hadn't seen it forever. A lot of rest holds. It was old school because they had to go 45 minutes. So a lot of rest holds. Sting taunting J.J. Dillon. The 10 to 15 minute mark was only about 2 minutes. If you go back and count that, they said 10 minutes down, and like, okay, no, I was like 2, but okay. Walk a little bit. Flair complained about his back with the bear hug. See, it's been a few weeks since I've seen it. Anyway, I thought it was fantastic. The crowd never died. The crowd was into it the entire time.
Yeah, hot crowd, man.
Interest in this match. The intensity of the figure 4. Flair not only put on a figure 4, he sunk it in, and then when it got reversed, him screaming in agony.
Yep. Yeah, that part was fantastic.
And then you don't see abdominal stretches much anymore. Flair flying over the top of the judges. That was funny. And I thought the call was right. They needed to have a draw. The only thing I thought was funny was the only one we ever knew was the Playmate. She says Flair wins. They didn't ask the other 4. If you notice that, they didn't. They just all said it was a draw. They asked her, and then they made it a draw. Like, okay, what the other 4 guys say? But yeah, it was very well done going up against Macho Man and DiBiase and well, he wrestled 4 times at WrestleMania over Trump Plaza.
Yep.
So Hogan and Andre out the second round. And
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. What stood out to me, the selling by both guys, but especially Flair. Flair's selling. It made the match. I mean, I just wish people would get into that more. Matches mean a lot more if you got good selling and facial expressions. Watched a match last night in AEW, MJF against Bandito, and Bandito lost the match, but he was made a superstar in my opinion that night because of MJF selling. MJF was just fantastic at selling last night. So, but yeah, the selling by Flair, good match. I agree with you. I think that match really helped make Sting get him to the next level. Crowd was super hot, just as loud the first minute as the last minute. I mean, just super hot. Yeah, the judge stuff was stupid. You didn't need it. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I like watching it, so it was very good.
again,
Chris,
it was just like the cage. You put 4 judges in there, 5 judges, because if it goes to a draw, they're going to decide who wins. Well, okay, you already just told us what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because you've never had judges there to claim victories before, so why would you do it now?
Yeah. Chris, what'd you think?
No, I really enjoyed it. I just thought one thing I noticed and I thought was kind of funny is nowadays you got all these guys trying to do as many moves as they can. This match was probably 45, 50 minutes long.
Yeah.
And I probably can count on one hand how many different moves was used in the whole match. Like, and
crowd going crazy.
Yeah, and the crowd going crazy the whole time. I mean, think about it. They did a clothesline, figure 4, crossbody,
bear hug.
Sting doing these
abdominal stretch,
the overhead press. I mean, maybe 6 or 7 moves, different moves the whole match. And
but why?
The whole time.
But
why?
And
the pace of the match, like hell, the first couple minutes of the match, nobody even took a bump yet, and they already had the crowd.
Yeah, but why is that, Chris?
Because of selling.
Selling and not just selling, working the crowd.
Yeah, working
the crowd. Masters at working the crowd.
Yeah, storytelling.
Yes, storytelling, man.
Just and then a couple other things that I thought was kind of cool. Well, one thing I noticed was how the hell they get the crowd so blacked out? You can only see like the first 3 rows of the crowd, and everything else is dark. It's kind of weird. Like you can't see nothing but like the first 3 or 4 rows of the crowd.
I noticed a lot of the NWA like that is back then, but I think it's just aesthetic.
Yeah. And another thing I thought was cool, did you guys notice that their guardrails, the same kind of guardrail that's at the Dub?
Yeah.
It's just blue instead of red?
Yeah.
I noticed, I was like, yeah, that looks just like the Dub's guardrail, but it was just blue. And if you notice, the fans were just as far away from the guardrail as the damn ring. There was like 5 foot between the ring and the guardrail, and then there was like 5 foot between first row and that guardrail, just space all around that ring. The fans wouldn't right up on the guardrail. There wasn't. Like a 5 foot space gap on like each side of the guardrail. The fans were away from the guardrail just as far as the ring was. Most places fans are right up on the guardrail, so I thought that was something I noticed that I don't think I've ever really seen that live. Usually everybody's right up on but they were like back.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I noticed that too. Big Glenn?
Yeah, I got a question for Marcus. He might be able to know this. I got an idea, but I want to ask Marcus for confirmation. You remember how New Orleans area was back in the day with regulations? Do you think the guardrail thing was some of their regulations from back then?
It very well could be.
Yeah,
I was thinking that it probably had to be a regulation thing.
Yeah, I was thinking that too when Gonzo was talking about it. But yeah, to my thoughts on this match, man. There's a reason why I picked this is because a lot of today's generation of wrestlers could definitely learn from the storytelling and the selling and how to work the crowd from this match, even from the Rock and Roll Express as well. And another thing. On this card, you had I believe you had the LOD Legion of Doom versus I want to say Tully and Arn. Another decent match. I could be wrong, but I know LOD went up against somebody. I forget who it was.
Here, I'll look it up.
Yeah, I'll let you do that while I'm talking about the rest of it. But yeah, 45-minute draw, 1 hour draw. It was a freaking amazing from start to finish. The crowd was hot. You know, I begin to wonder if Flair took the Playmate chick, the Space Mountain.
Maybe once he was there, I never thought
exactly. That's a big one funny for you on that one. But yeah, I was thinking, I was like,
Space Mountain.
Yeah, Space Mountain, man. Longest ride or longest line, longest line. Yeah.
Probably for the Space Mountain before the match and after the match.
Yeah,
Probably.
most definitely. 'Cause you know how Flair was back then, man. But yeah, that match made Steen, because you know Steen was floundering in the NWA/WCW. But man, after that,
If you remember, that was shortly after the UWF was sold to the NWA.
yep,
Yes.
And so there's a lot of history still there. And if you watch Dusty Rhodes and one of them, remember when they did the Legends of the Round Table or Legends of Wrestling?
Yep.
yeah,
And
Love those shows.
This was supposed to just be a one shot to go up against Vince McMahon, and everybody was begging for more, and that's why Clash of the Champions went. And those were 3 shows through the middle of the week. It's like,
yeah, yep.
Yes.
How many beers deep do you think Flair was by the time this match started?
oh, I'm sure he was plastic.
Oh, he is probably if you look at beers, how many Andre the Giant would drink in a day, I'm sure he was probably a Andre case in already.
All right, Glenn. Road
Yes.
Warriors took on the Powers of Pain. Now, I've seen the Road Warriors take on the Powers of Pain in real life twice, too. Once
Hell
in the NWA and once in the WWF.
Which one was better, the WWE version or the NWA
Well, I
version?
think it was more NWA because I was so excited to finally see the Road Warriors.
Yeah. 'Cause
And the NWA was a little more, Vince was more tamer with his,
Yeah.
the way he presented stuff. In the NWA,
yeah. You get
So-
spikes and everything else, yeah.
Lex,
Yeah,
Luger,
Billy
Barry, that's Lex and Barry took on Arn and Tully.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Billy-
could remember.
Billy Buzz, you're right. Today's wrestlers could learn a lot from the older wrestlers. I agree 100%.
And then they had the Midnight Express take on the Fantastics. I also seen that live there at the convention center. So I seen a lot of these matchups at the convention center the first time I seen, or the only time I seen the NWA.
Okay.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, because it wasn't.
Got to do commentary for Powers of Pain.
Yep.
I did too.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
That was the
Yep,
one where
sure
Vinny Vachetti was in that match, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh God.
Vinny smiling all
Yeah,
the time.
Yeah.
smiling the whole
One of
time.
the,
Yeah.
one of the best days of his life.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, them guys were cool because we got to talk to him after the show, and he was telling
Yeah.
us stories about Andre the Giant,
Andre the Giant. Yeah, he was. That was
and
cool.
stuff
That was awesome.
backstage before we left. Yeah, they were.
Yep.
They were cool.
They were good
You know
guys.
that story?
And
I
I'll tell you
told
what,
that
there's some big motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Well,
Even at their age, yeah.
So you remember I had to go to the bathroom before that started, and I'm in
Yep.
there. And I have to go, and there's only one stall I can go into, and I'm sitting there in my buggy. Somebody's in there moaning and groaning. Well, it was Barbarian makeup in his face. And Kelly's out in the hallway waiting. Remember, we were gone for a while. And
Yeah.
he finally came out and said, "Oh, brother, I'm so sorry. You should have said something." Well, I didn't know he was in there.
Yeah.
And then I went out to Kelly and said, "No, I'm not marking out to the Powers of Pain in the bathroom." It's like, even though that's what you want you to think, because they came out and then I came out behind them. And it's like I was not marking out to the pain in the bathroom. But
Yeah, Sheep Herders, one of the most
and I seen them at the NWA show, and they
vicious
were
tag,
vicious as hell. Yes,
Vicious.
Yeah.
and then became the Bushwhackers, the most tame
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
Hey,
In history.
Bushwhackers were awesome, man.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
kind of like the Bushwhackers. But talk about a night and day.
Yeah. No shit, Marcus.
My wife and daughter got to meet the Bushwhackers at a show at the concession stand. Turned around and she went to take my daughter to the bathroom, and walking out of the damn ladies' bathroom
Oh,
was
damn.
Akeem the African Dream and Deep Lanny Poffo. They had stopped in there, and I think Akeem had took a shower or something. And he was combing his hair, and they come out, and my wife got a picture of Akeem shaking my daughter's hand, who was at the time maybe 3 years old and very, very small. I mean, really, really small. And
Tiny.
Akeem's hand was about bigger than my daughter
Yeah.
was. But yeah, I said, why the hell did I go to the concession stand into the damn bathroom? Yeah, they got to meet the bushwhackers was getting a Coke. And so, yeah, at one of the shows there at great venue, one of the great venues, Market Square Arena. One thing I did want to bring up, you guys talked about the arenas and lights and stuff. I was watching AEW last night, and Darby Allin and the guy he was wrestling decided Pac wanted to go out into the crowd, which is fine, except he wants to do coffin drops and stuff off the one of the walls and stuff. But it was so dark in there, you couldn't see it. So they're filming it. You couldn't see nothing that's happening. I mean, he's jumping.
You'd think they would have guys operating the spotlights and would have lights on.
Yeah, I mean, jumping 15 feet in the air to jump on a dude, coffin drop him, and you can't even see it. So it was crazy.
That's a Tony Khan production right there, buddy.
Yes. Yeah. Marcus, you got an old school match for next week?
Oh, I do not. It's one of you guys. I didn't even think to pull one up. You guys got one you can think of off the top of your head? It's not like 1,000 hours.
Yeah, I've been pretty good by giving you good but long ones.
Yeah. Normally I could think of one, but I really can't right now.
Well, we can do Flair and
Steamboat. There you go, Tony.
that's too long there, Glenn.
Yeah, that is true. That.
How about Flair and Harley in the cage? Starrcade 83. You want to do that?
Starrcade.
Yeah. Let's do that. 'Cause I haven't seen
83. That Flair.
I have that disc
Harley
in my closet here, so
I have it on VHS.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? That's another one like the cage match. They called it Flair for the gold. Did they not just tell you that Flair was not going to walk out there with the gold?
Pretty much.
Paid Flair for the gold.
Is that the same one that Billy Graham wrestled and was like in the dog collar match? I've seen
the dog collar match was
Valentine
or do you want to watch that one?
Valentine and Piper.
Piper and Valentine and the dog collar. You want to watch that one instead?
Yeah, let's
do that one.
Yeah, let's do that one. That's a hell of a lot better match.
Yeah.
Chris,
sorry, guys.
I didn't know what they now.
Hey, when
watch that. Two of us are going to watch one match. The other two of us are going to watch another match.
Well, they will review last time.
Okay, we're doing Piper
and Valentine.
Dog collar match.
Starrcade 83.
I tell you what, man.
As well.
Yeah, Starrcade 83. Because tell you what, man, when we get 4 good wrestling minds together like us 4, man, we can come up with some good shit. So.
And if you're bored, watch the whole Starrcade. There wasn't a bad match on that card.
No,
there wasn't.
Now I didn't see the main event, obviously, but I remember bits and pieces of it, from watching it previously. Not at that time, but about 15 years ago. Thanks.
They had a camera over the ring, put a camera over the ring, shooting down into the ring from the top, where you can see Flair and
yeah,
Harley.
CCTV. Yeah.
We used to rent the Starrcades all the time. Me and my cousins, when we go to Lee's Video here in town with Grandpa, we get some video games and we get some VHS tapes, and we'd always get at least 1 or 2 wrestling ones, and most of the time it was Starrcades because they had some of the best covers.
Yeah.
The first Starrcade,
especially when you're younger, what I mean? You're looking at the cover I want
even the mid-90s Coliseum video for WWE, it was even some good shit, so.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I remember my first wrestling thing I rented from the video store was SummerSlam 96, so.
My first one was one of them best of WWE's, but my first Starrcade was 86 because it was the night of the Skywalkers.
Yep.
But are those guys really wrestling on a scaffold?
Is that the night the Jim tore his leg almost?
Yeah,
broke his leg.
Blew out his kneecaps.
Yeah.
Both his kneecaps got blown out
because they do
that's what they need. That's what they need to bring back, the scaffold matches.
Big Bubba Rogers, Big Boss Man, was supposed to catch Cornette.
He didn't catch him accordingly. Yeah.
Because he had those glasses on, he couldn't see him.
Well, no way he was gonna be able to catch him like that. It was nuts.
But the Road Warriors are on the top of that 5, 6, 7-story building, throwing pumpkins off of it. Said this is going to be
Not only that, Road Warrior Hawk had a broken leg and cut off the cast and wrestled that match, even though his leg wasn't healed yet.
Yep.
Well, guys, that's all I've got. You guys got anything before we get out of here?
I do not.
I don't think so.
We got a sports show coming on here at 10 o'clock, guys. Join us Thursday Night Blitz. We'll be talking NFL football, coaching, John Harbaugh. We'll be talking a little bit of college, a little bit of everything. So with revolving around football. So join us at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central.
And if you haven't watched GWR on Monday, we are doing a earlier run. We're going to start at 6.
Yes. Thanks for saying that.
Well, we can get done so we can watch the Hoosiers win the national championship.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hoosiers, baby.
Yep. I thought maybe for a second he was going to do 6 or 7 like the old Superstation.
And all parties
Everybody have a good night. We'll see you guys Monday.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
Here, this is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.